President Uhuru Kenyatta and at the center of the race to State House is 26 million votes. According to the Electoral Commission, IEBC, everywhere they go, presidential candidates pull crowds, and that crowd measures one's popularity and acceptance across the entire country. But as Musa Salah reports in this week's episode of the 2022 Gameplan, crowds barely count at the ballot.
Long motorcades, curious crowds and luxurious cars with popped-up sunroofs have been painting the streets of several towns across the country. A picture that tells it all that the campaign season has just begun. Despite social media opening up spaces for political candidates to engage with voters in more direct ways, the greatest attraction for politicians still remains the large number of crowds they pull, with political experts scaling the crowd against a candidate's influence and popularity.
You have so many people attending your meetings doesn't necessarily translate into votes. There are those who come because they've been paid, and there are those who come because they are curious, and there are those who come out because they believe in that person who has organized for that line.
There are people who also wait to see where is the wave going? Where are the majority of the people looking at? So they pull others. So crowd, yes, it is important in politics because it helps you pull others, right? But remember, not everybody in that crowd will vote for you. So the votes and the crowd is not a linear relationship.
According to pundits, not all crowds are supporters, and some are likely to just make away with the goodies their idols have brought, a risk that presidential candidates have to battle with. But according to veteran politician and nominated member of parliament Maina Kamanda, one must see through the hearts of the members of his crowds to persuade them.
Today, what may be valid today may not tomorrow. So politics is very dynamic, very fluid, and this campaign time, you can be sure any aspirant, wherever he goes, he'll attract a crowd. Not because they love him or they believe in him. They want to hear what he has to say first.
And that is why you see that in the next couple of months, you'll see intense campaign in this context, that you must reach to as many followers as possible, as supporters.
Big crowds are important in that if you talk to them and convince them, that crowd can be translated into votes. But occasionally the crowd does not mean votes. In fact, you may have people in the crowd who will dislike you because of the way you have talked to them.
Ni lazima uone upendo wa watu. Ukiona program watu wamejaa hapa, ni lazima utawaona wako namna gani kwa roho zao. Kuna wale wanakuja tu kuona huyo mtu, lakini kuna wale ambao haja zao ni kupeana kura kwa baba. Na vile nimeona wale watu ambao tumetembea na baba, tumesunguka, wale watu wanakuja hapa Central wakiungana na baba, ni wale wataumpa baba kura.
How significant the numbers are at the ballot, however, is a different story altogether. For example, in both the 2007 and the 2013 general elections, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga was the most popular of the presidential candidates, but came in second, losing to former President Mwai Kibaki and President Uhuru Kenyatta respectively.
2002, 2007, most of the time the numbers that Right Honorable Raila Odinga had a lot of and huge crowd, but that didn't translate to vote.
In politics, you have to have more than numbers. And personally, we all know what happened in 2007. The winner was the loser, but whoever was declared the winner had lost in the ballot. And I think it's important to realize that elections are supposed to be free and fair, but the rhetorical question would be, are they ever free and fair?
But at the end of the day, the Kenyan people know they'll make their decision. And that's why we say we vote by secret ballot. We don't vote by counting the number of people in a rally.
So far, Deputy President William Ruto and his new political vehicle, the United Democratic Alliance UDA, seem to be ahead on the race to State House next year, with Ruto making inroads in President Kenyatta's Mount Kenya backyard. According to opinion polls, Odinga's Orange Democratic Movement ODM comes in second at 22%, with President Kenyatta's Jubilee Party coming in third in Mount Kenya with 10%.
You know, William Ruto has been on a campaign for the last 4 years. The other candidates have just begun. So I guess every day things change. And that's the purpose of politics.
He has been around for some time, and therefore that is why he has been able to garner that popularity. But whether he will sustain that popularity between now and August remains to be seen, because we don't know what might happen when other contestants come out and they roll out their campaigns.
And by then it was popular the whole country. But at the end of that 1982, Matiba came in, and it is splitted down to the earth there. And what happened? Our popularity of DP went down, and who was popular by then came up to be Matiba. So about popularity, it go with time.
With other presidential hopefuls yet to launch their campaigns and engage a shifting gear in the political landscape, similar to the 1992 general election, Ruto is faced with another headache, choosing between his die-hard allies who have been implicated in serious graft cases and appeasing his supporters, thousands of whom have been mesmerized by his wit and bottom-up economic model.
People will always come and say, so-and-so is with so-and-so. And we know so-and-so is a person of this character. I will not vote for that person. So that's also another thing. And if you look at it, you will see that the presidential candidates who are front runners, even as we go forward, you see they redefine their teams that are with them. Some of those known faces will have to take a back seat because people have already formed an opinion about them. So you'll have to work with a new team that voters can therefore say, well, I cannot really pinpoint the bad thing about so-and-so, they would therefore give them a vote.
Mbona wakosane sahihi wakati watu kama sisi hatukuwa kwa ile NASA na sahihi ndio tunawaletea kula yetu? Sasa si ndio wangetaka waungane zaidi kwa sababu hawakuwa na kura yetu, sahihi wana kula yetu, tunawaletea kula. Mbona wakosane sahihi? Ni kusema kunaye ambao hata kwa roho yake hata wakati hiyo ingine ya NASA bado walikuwa nataka baba anguke, kienda kuanguka mpaka dakika mwisho aonekane hatapata. Kwa sababu sasa hii ndio wakati wa baba.
Musa Salah, TV 47.